What a spectacular Saturday. After those, what was it, 3 weeks of just debilitating heat, humidity, gorgeous today. Let's hope we get a little more of this in the near future. Got up early, got up to see my boy Saad. Finally got the chop, that's been long overdue. But I am doing the hat because we're going out to Caveman Kitchen. I don't know, CMK hat, it's a thing. So, but I got up to see Saad. He was in Egypt for like a month and I'd already let it go. So I was going nuts. And went up there today, tried to ask him about, growing up in Egypt, about his take on the pyramids and all that, the plateau of Giza, because you got to steer him away from that music trivia, man. He just wants to go there. All 80s though, I'm not an 80s guy. All right, so I'm really excited tonight because we're going out to the Caveman Kitchen, and this is my first year with this particular vegetable. It's my first season, and I'm quite happy with the yield, and it's still coming. So let's head over to the marble and see what we got. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, it's my first year with the tomatillos. Nice and green. And of course, I love salsa verde, but I'm actually going to do something a little different tonight. There's enough of them here. I'll make a little salsa verde on the side and freeze it or pop it in the fridge. And these here are a little unripe. They were on the ground in their paper skins. Here's how the tomatillos grow on the vine, right? Like little Japanese lanterns. I saved one to peel. The rest I peel. They have kind of a mucousy resin on them. So I rinsed them, rinsed my hands. And I'm going to do them with some of these Gulf shrimp. Got a half a dozen big beauties there. And yeah, things have been nice. The tomatillos. San Marzano aromas are coming in. Now usually with those, I start, once a year I do the homemade cheese ravioli. But I think I'm going to use those in the pizza. I got the 0-0, maybe tomorrow. Because there's only a few of them. They're coming like gangbusters. But they're indeterminate, which means they ripen at different times. Got a few peppers, so we'll roast those with the tomatillos. Got some really nice organic cilantro at Mother Earth today, grown in California. I'd rather go out and pick it in the yard, but it's a cool weather thing. I'm getting ready to seed more. We had some back in the spring. And of course, the zucchinis are still going bonkers. I am gonna, maybe I'll do a quick tips or a gadgets and gear, because I need to process those and get them all frozen up or whatever, so they're around for a while. So here we go. We're going to do some shrimp with tomatillos. I saved this last one just to demo it. So you see they're in the little paper skins. Just pop them off. And like I say, they're a little funky, but all the other ones are washed, okay? So what I'm going to do now is we're going to roast these out in the Weber kettle in CMK. So I'm just going to take them, cut them in half, and put them face down, flat side down on this foil. All right? And then I got a separate foil for the yellow ones. While the fire's hot, we might as well roast them all. So I got some prepping and pouching to do. Let me get them all cut up and then we'll come back. All right, I got them all cut up. Here's our green ones. These are a little yellower. I didn't do them all. I think what I'm going to do is put these in freezer bags, just whole, and freeze them. I think down the line you can make some great green salsa, because texturally they'll just blend up anyway. In this one I'm going to throw in, I put in a couple, it's not quite a bird chili. I don't remember what the variety was, but it's similar to a bird chili. Let's throw that in. These are banana peppers in different stage of ripeness, and they're generally pretty mild. Let's see. Oh yeah, sweet. Beautiful. So I'm just putting a couple holes in it. Let's throw that in. And here's another banana pepper, a little different stage. I'll save this one because I might do a little salsa with the tomatoes. I have a brandy wine that's been cut, so I might as well use that. So I'm not going to season these with anything. I just want to roast the tomatillo, the peppers, and let them stew in their own juices, so to speak. So I'm going to fold this up like so. Fold down these corners. I thought about maybe splashing a little lime juice or something, but again, this is my first season with these. I'm just playing around. So I just want to roast them on their own recognizance and see what happens. Now I'm going to poke a few holes in the bottom of this for smoke. And come on, let's go out to the CMK. Let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, we're out here in the Caveman Kitchen, and I'm excited because I got the new 22-inch Weber behind me. I've only cooked on it a few times. You know, I got the pizza rig for it, so getting ready to do that tomorrow. But let's fire it up. So I vacillate between just making wood fires inside. Lately I'm doing a little bit of the Royal Oak, hardwood briquettes, just straight up wood. But I think for the pizzas tomorrow, I don't know if I have enough coals in there, I might be making a wood fire. I got some newspaper in the bottom of the chimney. Get that fired up. There it goes, should be catching now. And then I'll drop her down. And we can go back in and finish the prep while these briquettes get nice and hot. Alrighty, here's our 2 tomatillo packets. Cut in half, nothing on them, no oil, no salt, because we're gonna cook them in a pan. And I got my shrimp here that I've been marinating in extra virgin olive oil, a little splash of lime juice, cilantro, garlic, cumin, salt, pepper. What else? Oh, I also used a little garlic powder as well as the smashed cloves. So we'll bring those out. And I told you, I cut this brandy wine for breakfast. So I'm just going to grill the bottom side. It's got a little funk on it there, but I'll show you what I'm doing with this when I'm done. But it's either that or the compost, right? So let's go back to the Weber. Oh, and on the stove, I've got a little of that white Carolina jasmine rice. So let's go back to the kitchen. Coals are looking good. Time to spill them. We got the goods up there. And I'm doing the blackberry carbonated water because one of the reasons I have the hat on is I went to get the haircut this morning. And if you saw last night's TGIFF, I broke in the smoker. That was a birthday gift from BF. And you guys saw the demo of the first cocktail. You didn't see the subsequent succession of smoked cocktails. I mean, I had to learn how to use it, right? I had to get the technique going. It wasn't my fault. So, that being said, after the haircut, I went way down for the count. Nice siesta, Saturday siesta. So hence, after a brand new haircut, a little late afternoon hat head, or bed head, couch head, whatever you want to call it. Somewhere around here I have a great brush. I think it's in the barn, so I'm going to have to de-mic and go get it. All right, I do have a newer one around here somewhere, but your guess is as good as mine as to where it is at the moment. So this one will do. I found it in the barn. It's Old Soldier. It's lost all the cloth side, but it's still got the metal grit. Okay, so as you can see, what I did is I kind of ring the coals around one side. We're going sort of indirect with this, okay? So our heat is ringed out here. So now let's take our packets. Ooh, that's hot. And put them over yonder, right? And before we close it up, because this is going to be cooked in the pan. Again, it's more improv. Here's that tomato. Now, had I had more shrimp, I think I've got a half a dozen here, I would have skewered these. But I'm just going to be real careful on the grate because there's only a half a dozen. Because these are going on and coming off. So they're going where there's a little more heat. Okay, I'm just going to cook these real quick. And hopefully none of them fall through. Whew! That is a hot fire. All right. Just going to do these real fast. That nice little pink on them. Ooh, close call. It's hot over that fire with these tongs, even with the long handles. That brandy wine nice and charred. And I'm calling it on the shrimp because they're going to now go back in the original marinade. Extra virgin with garlic, salt, pepper, cumin, little garlic powder, lime juice, cilantro. So now we'll let them remarinate now that they're par cooked, I'll say. Set those aside. I want to leave the tomato on because I don't want it going to mush. I'm going to make a little, like a salsa with it. I have a nice ripe avocado. Use a little more cilantro, maybe some of that pepper. All right, I think that's got some flavor on it. Let's pop it in a marinade with the shrimp. Close this kettle up. Remember, they're away from the heat. And let's give them a little air, get it hot in there. I'll go halfway on the vents, how's that? All right, let's bring the shrimp and tomato into the kitchen and let those tomatillos do their thing. Okay, I'm over here at the board. I went out, I checked those tomatillos, they're looking great. And actually I took the packets and I put them right over the coals this time because the coals are burning down to white now. They're throwing some nice heat, but they won't scorch. So going for the hot finish, okay? And I cranked open the vents. I got the rest of the tomatillos bagged up, whole. They're going right in that freezer. All right, let me pop these in the freezer and then meet me over at the board. I got a feeling this supper's just gonna be out of this world. You need to taste everything as you go. I'm always touting quality control, right? This salsa is outrageous. That's that charred brandy wine that went on the Weber. I chopped a little onion, some of those banana peppers, there's some cilantro in there, salt, pepper, a little splash of lime juice. And just before I eat, I'm gonna put in some of this some diced of this perfectly ripe avocado. I'm not gonna put that in till I'm ready to eat. Got our tomatillos off the grill. And that's both. That's the green and the yellow. I quality controlled them. Not a big giant difference in flavor, so I'm pumped about that. And I got a ton in the freezer. So we're going to do a little sofrito on the stove. Onion, the orange banana pepper, the less ripe banana pepper, which by the way, they sweeten up as they ripen. That one's got a beautiful kick to it. And of course, some fresh cilantro, and we'll talk about the rest of the stuff right on the stove. Let's head over there. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
First things first, let's check on our rice. And I said something a while back about doing a rice show, but really, what's to talk about? 1 to 1.5. 1 cup of rice here, 1.5 cups of water. Bring it to a boil. It's perfect. Turn it way, way down. The only trick is you need a tight lid. And you put it, this is a gas stove. I put the flame so low, it's almost in danger of going out. That's perfect rice. All right, we're going with the big guns on this one. I got the big cast iron out. Let's get in close. I got a flame under it. And let's start with our sofrito, okay? Extra virgin olive oil. Be generous. I'm going to start with the onions. Not yet, cilantro. We'll get to you. All right, onion. The two different ripenesses of the banana pepper. We get that going, and I chopped up, it wasn't on the board, but I chopped up a little garlic. Get this going. All right, we're about a minute in. Let's go in with the garlic. Got a nice gentle saute going here, nothing crazy. Well, let's drop our tomatillos. This is what I'm excited about. Oh yeah. All right, let's start flavoring this up. Pinch of salt. Remember, these were not seasoned on the grill. Just roasted in their own juices. A little bit of cumin. I don't know. I gotta do the goog on that. Ooh, that smells good. Let's go in with a little bit of lime juice. And I'll never stop shouting it from the town square. Use your freezer. 3 more chicken stocks. Well, you know what? Those tomatillos are pretty wet. I'll save one for something else. I have some chicken I have some backs in the freezer to make new stock with. So 2 of those. Let's go in with some black pepper. And let me get a spoon. I want to give this a taste before I add the rest of the stuff. And with dishes like this, what you can do is just find a little bit of the liquidy stuff. That'll give you an indication of what the whole thing is going to taste like. Oh man. Yeah, it's like a green salsa-y kind of thing. Those peppers are killing it. All right. While I let this cook, I'm going to turn it down a little because I want to simmer out some of that chicken stock now. I want it to be a little more on the solid side. So let's let that simmer out and head over to the board. And what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to take my shrimp. Remember, they were partially cooked, but look, they're still not fully pink because we want to finish them up in the tomatillos. And this is going over rice. I could leave them whole. It's just me, so presentation is no big giant deal. This last bit of marinade, I'm going right in the cast iron with it. Minus the garlic cloves. All right. Waste not, want not. But what I decided is just no other reason than it's like self-presentation and psychology, right? It'll seem like I have a little more shrimp. I mean, these are 6 big beauties. It's plenty of protein. I almost was going to do 5. But I'm just going to cut them in half. All right, some nice big chunks. I just cut each one in half. Now let me get a little of this beautiful cilantro from California. Give that a little chop. And when those tomatillos get cooked down to the consistency I want, I'll flavor check them. We go in with the shrimp and the cilantro. And then we go over our rice. Okay, while I'm at it, because I do want those to cook down, let's check on our avocado here. Perfect. Perfectly ripe. I'll save the side with the pit. With these, I put a couple of banana peppers aside, and I'll do that with scrambled eggs in the morning, or maybe even poached eggs. So what I'm going to do now is just dice. There's a little funky bit there. I'll take that out. Then I'll go across. Right? I'm making my little dice right inside the skin, because then I can just take this spoon, spoon them right in. And there's a little side of salsa. I'm telling you, man, let me give it a little QC. The avocado finished it perfectly. I think you can use just a couple of grains of kosher salt. I might even, on this, believe it or not, now that I'm tasting it, not as much as in the tomatillos, but just, I'm talking grains of the cumin. Just gives that little, almost an extra smoky edge to it. Okay, salsa. Let's head back over to the stove. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
Tomatillos are simmering away. Losing up some of that liquid. That's what I like to see. And we got some fond on the bottom of the pot. I'm just kind of scraping it off. Now, before I actually put shrimp and cilantro in, let's go with one more taste. I'll taste an actual tomatillo piece here. Maybe with a pepper. Oh. The Weber, you guys, the smoke from those coals. I'm going in with the shrimp because they were a good bit underdone, and I did that intentionally. So I want to finish them right in here. I'm actually going to jack the heat a little. And they can cook in there for a minute or two. No worries there. Let's go in with this cilantro, because that'll cook in. And as always with the herbs, cook a little in, then always top with the fresh at the end. You get those contrasting flavors. Banana peppers are outrageous. What a flavor. That tartness of the tomatillos, the sweetness with a little heat of the peppers, sweetness of the onion, cilantro, little lime, not too much because they're tart on their own, the tomatillos. And I think this is a wrap. I'm going to turn this heat off. I think the shrimp should be cooked through now, but still nice and tender. I'm going to turn off the heat. The cast iron holds the heat nicely. So let me get a plate set up over by the board, and let's plate this beauty up. Saturday night dinner. Okay, here's how I want to do this. I think of these things as I go. No real forethought. And take some of this beautiful rice, fluffy, cooked perfectly, and it was a cup of rice, which is a good amount. I'm not going to eat it all. Some of it's going to go in with the Beep's ground beef in the morning. She likes her rice. So let's get it in, ringed around this thing. I think that's plenty of rice for a Saturday night serving. Okay. Now, let me get the tomatillos and shrimp. And now if I yank this bowl, I can spoon right into the center, right? I'm trying to be careful here because I want to keep that rice clean if I can. Grasshopper, eat first with eyes. Pile it up. Little mess. That's all right. It's gonna get scattered with cilantro. And actually, you know what? Never mind that. Duh. I forgot about. The salsa roja with the avocado. So what we can do is cover our sin like so. Just go around the outside. Make a little border. And last but not least, let's take some more of this cilantro, now straight up, raw. Give it a quick little rough chop. Don't have to go crazy. Nice and fresh. This kind of cilantro, you even do the stems. And now, we'll just scatter. All right, I'm diving in. Let's see what we got. White rice. The first tomatillos I've ever grown. Let's get a shrimp. Do the whole nine. Shrimp, some rice, tomato, avocado, tomatillo. This is why I grew tomatillos, man. Wow. I told you we don't lie on this show. This is unbelievable. I knew it would be. Tomatillos, roasted in a wood fire while the hardwood coals. Oh. This is going down as one of the great dishes of the summer in my mind. The white rice. Tomatillos are unbelievable. 2 bags of them in the freezer. Dozens more coming on the plants. Made the right decision on that packet of seeds. All right, there we go. Saturday evening improv. We'll see you for the next episode.
Come on, let's do it.
Beeps, what are you doing?